get you. He's gonna 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 get you. The boogeyman is coming.
Alright. We're going to do something a little bit different this time. I'm going to hit you with some tips and tricks for the new Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed. I've had a few hours of playtime, but in that playtime I've actually accomplished quite a bit, I think. I think I've learned a lot about the game itself. But it's also a lot that isn't explained, and a lot I don't see people doing. So I figured, why not make a video about it, and get the knowledge out there, and get some people better at the game. Give them that knowledge they need to know. So first off, don't do what you just saw me do right there. There's no reason to just tether the ghost while you're by yourself. There's just no reason for it. You can't throw your trap without letting him go. Nobody's there to throw a trap, so you're not doing anything besides wasting your time. Because you can't trap him. You should always have your PKE meter out. Always be running around with your PKE meter out. If you're not actively fighting the ghost, use the PKE meter, and that's why right there. Because it can stun the ghost when near them. And it is a hard stun. Look at that. Stun them with the PKE meter. Throw the trap. Tether them, pull them to the trap. GG's, game over. It is a tried and true method that you will see me do several times throughout this video. I will make sure I point it out every single time because I want to drum that into your head. I want you to understand. PKE, stun meter, trap. Tether, game over. Look, there it is again. Stun, trap, kill.
No way.
He did break away, but we do get him. But it's a method that it never, it's not a fail. Even if he breaks a tether and he does get away, I don't see that as a fail. You stunned him, it was a good attempt. You stun him, you trap, you get him. You keep him there. You're ready to go. Because otherwise you're not going to catch that ghost. It's not going to work. And yes, you can use the PKE meter to destroy the minions. If you're in a big group of them and they're all there, by all means, go ahead and do it. But otherwise, if it's just one or two that are around, don't waste your PKE meter doing it. Because your PKE meter does go on a cooldown, so then you cannot use it. You cannot use it to find the ghost. You cannot use it to stun the ghost. Tip number 2, grapple hook. Use it as often as you can. The ghost is very mobile, very vertical. It can go vertical at any time it needs to. It'll go up, it'll go down. You need to be doing the same thing. If you can cut the travel time in half, by all means, then you need to be doing it. But here we go again. Ghost here. Bang. Stun. Trap. Tether. Stun. Trap. Tether. Stun. Trap. Tether. He gets away. That's fine. But look how close I was to having him. Look how close it was to catching him. And then he wasted his energy trying to get away. And I got him. I brought him right back. Your trap placement is also, I would say, tip number 3. Don't just throw your trap. You want to throw it as close to that ghost as possible. If you can, get it right under him. Because the less distance you have to go to pull that ghost, the better it's going to be for you. Tip number 4, pinging. Use your ping. It's R3 on console. Not sure what it is on PC. I'm not a PC player. I am on Xbox myself. Look at that. Caught that ghost by myself. Why? Stun, trap, tether. But always be using that ping. Ping, 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 ping. Because you either want to ping your location, where you may need help, where maybe you saw the ghost, where the ghost is going, the direction it's going. If you ping the ghost itself, it will light up and show that you pinged the ghost. Maybe it's a rift that's in the room. Something. Because this is a team-based game. You need to let your team know where you're going to be, or where you are, or where you need help. Now this time is a little bit different. My teammates were already tethering and shooting at the ghost. So you got to read the room. Tip number 5, read the room. You got to see what your teammates are doing. You don't need everybody shooting the proton pack at the ghost. If your teammates are already doing it and they're already tethering, throw your trap out. Get the trap out there. Then start to tether. Because their tethers will break. Because they don't last that long. They don't last forever. But if they're holding him and you got time to get the trap out and then their tether breaks while you're tethering him, then you get to keep him there and you can pull him to the trap. Gives them time to vent their pack and get back a hold of it. As you can see, I'm still chasing him down. I use that verticality, chasing him right back to the same room. Stun. Trap. Tether. And if you pay attention, you'll see this little green circle underneath the ghost. That's your reticle. That's what you need to put on the trap, to trap the ghost. If you need to bring it to the right, pull to the right. You need to go to your left, go to your left. You need to go farther back, walk forward. You need to pull the ghost to the trap, walk backwards. Sometimes you got to lift your right stick. You got to go up to lift the ghost up. And see, right there's that green reticle. And that time, see, I didn't even do much. Besides, they were tethering him as I came up. I see they're tethering him. I just use my PKA meter, give him a quick little stun so he can't fight back. Game over in the trap. That was almost a full match right there that you saw. I cut out just a little bit of the beginning. That's how quick that match was. Alright, here we go again. Stun, trap, tether. Bam. Look at that. That was like a 5-second fight. And I feel like this works on all skill levels. Because it doesn't matter if they're a good ghost or a high-level ghost or not. I mean, a stun's a stun. And if you put that trap right underneath them, there isn't much they can do about it. See, now right here, you're going to see my PKE meter's on cooldown. So I'm not even going to bother. So I wait, and I ping him, and I chase him. Until my PKE meter's done. Then I stun him. And trap him. We got him. And my friend was there to help me. Why? Because I pinged it. He knew where to go. Not my friend, the random. I'm playing with randoms here. These are nobody that I know. These are all random people. And the best tip I could say about playing with random people, especially in this game, don't try to just go be gung-ho and shoot at everything. See what they're going to do. Because most of the time, they just want to shoot. That's all they want to do. And it's another thing to not have a bunch of traps out. It may seem like a good idea, but I don't really think it is. Because what ends up happening is you get 3 people to throw 3 traps out. You get 3 tethers. Everybody's trying to pull them to that trap. Nobody's pulling them to one trap. So you're fighting each other. And that's something you don't want to be doing. Because you're not doing anything with the ghost. And then he just breaks free and he gets away. So, if you already see some traps out, don't bother throwing any traps. And then, I just saw the civilian leave. Pay attention to the surroundings of the map, because there is no real way to know where the ghost is, other than the PKE meter, and that's only works when you're so close to the ghost. So, if you pay attention to other things, if you hear civilians scream, or you see them running from an area, that's because the ghost was in that area. So, that's where you need to go. Go towards the danger as they run from the danger. And again, there it is. Stun, trap, tether, GG's. Game over. Another quick tip right here. If you have civilians grouped up like this, you talking to one of them will actually calm all of them. Not just the one. So if you have 2 people that are scared and they're beside each other and you talk to one of them, it calms them both. Right here was an example of me minding my surroundings. He was on that balcony, and I knew he was going over the edge, so there was no point in me trying to stun him and trap him, because I wouldn't have been able to get the trap underneath him. So I just chased him down, got into a better position, stun him, trap. I'm not even sure how he got away right there, because it was so close. He was right there. And again, when you're wrangling a ghost, when you have him tethered and you're pulling on him, pay attention to that green circle, that green aura underneath him, because that's what you got to put on the trap. See, this guy's over here pinging. Now I know where to go. And here I come. I don't do anything with it, but at least I'm there. At least I have the information. I would rather have information and not need it than need it and not have it. So even though my PK meter's on cooldown, I've still got it out. I'm still ready for him. But I can't use it, so I'm just trying to tether him here to slow him down. He wastes one of his specials right here. Don't do that. Especially that one, because that's a big AoE one that you're going to want to use on groups. See, now my teammate has him here, so I don't even bother. I just straight up stun him and then try to drop the trap. And there it is. Game over. I mean, it doesn't get simpler than that. So, in recap, PK meter is your best friend. You want to stun them, throw the trap as close as you can to them, tether them. Make sure you put the green aura, the green circle that's underneath the ghost, onto the trap. That's how you get them trapped in there. And I feel like you're going to have a lot of success at a lot of different levels as a Ghostbuster using those methods. Make sure you're pinging. Make sure you're telling your teammates where you're at, where you see the ghost, or where you think the ghost is going. There's no reason not to ping. There's no cooldown for it, so just use it. Make sure you're using your grapple hook. Make sure you use that mobility. Make sure you can get as to the top floor if you need to. Get back down, jump those rails. Anything you got to do, because that ghost is going to be very mobile. So I hope you guys enjoy these tips and tricks. Just a few things that I've learned along the way. I'm sure I'll pick up more. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. If you have any additional tips, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. And just remember, I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
The more he kills, the more he transcends into something else impossible to defeat. Fear. People are afraid. That is the true curse.